Hey, Fanboy Nation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
We're watching. You're watching
Fanboy,
etc.
Fanboy Nation.
Dot, I assume Tom.
Adam Woodward, it is a pleasure to chat with you today. Congratulations on the film. Looking to have a good time with this one yet again. I'm watching it a second time this morning, actually. Man with No Past. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the last couple of years, there's been so many movies that have come out that I'll watch it once and it's like, that was good, and then decide never to watch it again. This one I'm actually watching a second time, you know, so that speaks to the level of talent that you and Jon Voight and everyone in this cast has with this film. What was it like filming a movie like this where Ryder has amnesia, but also these, not to give too much away, time jumps?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, thank you for, I guess that's one of the highest compliments you can get, really. Say that you enjoyed it so much you'd watch it again. It was interesting, with feature films, they never really shoot anything. I mean, with any project, really, they never really shoot chronologically. So to have a character that has amnesia and also as the actor keep up with exactly how much he's learnt at each individual stage of the film as we go by is a small challenge, but it's fun. It makes it part of the complexity of filming. It makes it part of the fun.
Well, the film comes out on January 14th from Republic Pictures, a part of the Paramount family. When you get to sit there and you get the script and you're like, because the script is challenging in and of itself. I mean, the big spoiler I'll give is that, he rides a motorcycle in modern times, and then he goes back to the Roman Empire, and then a couple of other time jumps as well. Not to say that it's a sci-fi film, because I'm not trying to give away too much of that, but like to put yourself in a Roman position and then a modern position and then a 20th century position, and like embodying these characters, but it's still the same guy. Like, what are the challenges in that as a performer?
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the question you kind of nail it. Is like, it is a challenge because even though he's the same guy, has he lived a different life in each of those time periods? And if so, do the experiences of those time periods make him a different person? I mean, we don't really delve too deeply into each of those individual timelines, so we only really get to see a snippet of his life in each of them. But it is a bit of a challenge. And it's also a challenge when you're playing a character who doesn't really know exactly what's going on, because he doesn't know who he is, what's going on, where he is. So I guess it's kind of like, well, how much of his personality can really shine through even in the predominant timeline. And that was the challenge for me, is to try and like kind of make him question him, but also make him interesting. And I hope I did a good job with that,
No, the entire cast, you, Marton, Jon Voight, Charlotte Vega, you all do an incredible job. Marton is the quintessential jerk in every film. I'm trying to keep the language clean, but he knows how to play people you want to despise.
Oh, he's incredible, and he's an incredible actor as well. So it was great to play opposite him. I remember watching him in The Equalizer with Denzel Washington when he played the bad guy. And for me, that was, even though I've seen him in a lot of stuff, that role particularly sticks out in my mind because I thought, wow, what an incredible villain to play opposite Denzel there. And then when I found out that he was going to be the villain in this, I was so excited, man, to work with him, because I have such high respect for both him, John, Philip Winchester, Nebula Bassani, who I worked with. They're all, Charlotte Vega, they're all incredible performers. So it was a real honor and privilege for me to take that lead role.
Charlotte almost steals the scenes from you at some intervals, especially in the diner. I'm just like, Charlotte's playing the waitress, but Charlotte has some gravitas just in this scene as much as Adam does, if not more so.
Oh, of course, yeah. She's an amazing performer, and she has such a presence on screen. So, like, I love working with these super talented people because you get to watch and learn off each and every one of them.
When you get to work with obviously John, Marton, Charlotte, who've been around the business for a while, that have this level of talent that, their presence and their aura alone is just awestruck. What is something that you pick their brain off of when, the cameras are off and you have a little bit of downtime to work the scenes, even though this is an indie film and you don't get, 50 to 20 take or 20 to 50 takes?
Yeah, I mean that was the challenge in this film, as you say, it's not like a mega blockbuster $200 million film. It was done on a somewhat smaller budget. It's more of an indie film, but I'd like to think that the production value that we got and the performances that we got like far exceed what the budget was. Um, I think there was a number of times that I would sit and watch the monitors as Jon would work, as Martin would work, and Charlotte, and just try and watch and observe. I learn a lot more from just observing what people are doing, like, why are they making the choices that they're making, like the small nuances in their facial expressions and the motivations behind them. But yeah, I mean, Jon's a wild ride anyway. For considering he's a slightly older gentleman, he's got so much life in him. And I'll share this with you. The very first time I met Jon, he came to the gym because I was training to get ready for the film, and I got a call say Jon wants to meet you in the gym. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So he comes into the gym, and I'm like, oh, there's Jon Voight in the gym. So I go over and introduce myself, and he's like, oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. He's like asked about my background because I've done a lot of martial arts, and then he just put his because he's done boxing films in the past, and he's a fan of boxing. He just puts his guard up, bobs his head twice, and then slaps me across the face. And I remember being like, "Oh my God, Jon Voight's just slapped me in the gym. What did I do?" And yeah, that was my introduction to Jon, and we get on marvelously since that.
It's that natural reaction of you want to hit him back, but then you realize it's Jon Voight and he's playing with you, so it's you got to hold back. I get it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Jon would probably take me on. He's still got it.
Listen, strength is the last thing to go, so you don't want to get hit with that left hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. As the film comes out on January 14th, obviously, it's not $250 million. It's a smaller budget, but it still has that high quality action aspect to it and great storytelling, which the combination of the two has been rare the last decade. How exciting is that for you to hear that, not only from myself, but from other people that have seen it? And when you watch it back, go, wow, we have a great story here that was written by Stephen Paul, and we were able to pull it off.
Well, it's such an ambitious storyline. Oh, sorry, ambitious story to tell and to get right and make it entertaining and to squeeze it into a time frame that people can find digestible. And I think, Stephen Paul did an incredible job with, his storytelling and the writing and the writers of the script and James Bamford in directing it. Yeah, it's been so nice to get the feedback from people that it is a truly entertaining film. I think one of the symptoms of Hollywood at the moment is that sometimes the films are incredible, but they don't entertain like I want to be entertained. Like the old films in the 80s and the 90s used to entertain me. And I feel like this is a real throwback to those kind of like all that, there's a bit of something for everyone in the film. There's a romance, action, there's thrill, there's excitement, there's some mystery in there, and I think there's a bit of entertainment for everyone in the film.
No, you guys did an exquisite job with this, and especially like you said, it's an ambitious project, and to pull it off in the limited amount of time that you had is incredible.
Yeah, it was a short turnaround. When I first heard how many shooting days we were going to get this film done in, I was like, oh God, it's ambitious, but like if anyone's going to do it, I guess you've pulled together a crew of guys and girls that can pull it off. When I was looking at the names, and sure enough, James Bamford runs a tight ship, and he got all the shots he needed, and everyone pulled out some incredible performances. It's really a testament to how well we all work together as a team, and it was great. I met some friends for life on there. So
I do have to ask this since we got to have a little bit of fun with it. Since Ryder has amnesia, what is something that you would like to forget?
oh wow, what would I like to forget? Oh, you've stumped me, man. I don't know. I can't think of anything that I'd like to forget. about this film particularly, or just
No,
anything in
just in general, because I mean the film's great. So who would want to forget anything from the film? I'm just saying, like in general, favorite
Well,
film lost
I had
to whomever or whatever.
I tell you what, I had an experience on the last film that I've just finished. I've just wrapped on, where I was wearing. I'm trying to think about how much I can give away about this film, but I was wearing somewhat of a provocative outfit, shall we say, and I'd just been sewn into the outfit, and it just started to snow, and I walked out to the trailer and took like my first step on the stairs coming down, and slipped, fell 3 stairs down, and landed flat on my back in the snow, with like I'm not going to give too much away about the outfit, but it's very provocative. And I was looking up at the sky, and then all costume and makeup and runners came running over, and I was laid there and I was thinking, this might be one of the most embarrassing things that I've ever had to deal with. And they were calling like, "Should we get an ambulance?" I was like, "No, no, no, it's fine. I'm okay. I'll take what pride I've got in head to set." So I'd like to forget that happened.
Right. Well, hopefully it wasn't full exposure for everybody since you were sewn into the suit.
No one needs that.
Listen, Adam, thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on the film. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Man with No Past comes out on January 14th. Give us the one line pitch of why we need to watch it on the 14th, and where can we find you on social media to connect?
You can find me on Instagram predominantly, adam.j.woodward. And the one-line pitch, I'd say if you're looking for a movie that is going to provide you with entertainment in every aspect that you're looking for, whatever that is, that this is the film for you.
Awesome. Adam Woodward, thank you so much for your time. Again, January 14th, Man with No Past.